Hey everyone, this is Crystal from shakeofftheshackles.com with another vlog post entitled Digging Up Roots. While landscaping yesterday, I realized my obsession was not just with pulling out the visible part of the weed from our mulch, but pulling out the entire root. It's often in these simple moments of life that the Lord speaks volumes to me. That's just like the spiritual realm. Unless you dig out the root of the issue, the weed will resurface time and time again. I thought on these words and I examined the weed root that I just pulled out. The root was thicker than the top of the weed. It was colorless and had many extensions off the main root. The top part of the root was green and easily camouflaged itself among the grass and the other plants. To the untrained eye, this weed would have been treated like a desirable part of the garden. You see, life has a clever way of creating so much clutter that we become easily distracted from weeding our own gardens. At first glance, everything looks green and fitting. It's only after careful inspection, or what we like to call prayer time, that we are able to identify the unfitting fruits in our garden. When it's time for removal of these very weeds, we must dig out the entire root to be certain that it doesn't pop back up uninvited. There's a funny thing about weeding a garden. It isn't easy. Pulling out the root requires work, effort, and sweat. These roots have extensions off the main shaft, and I dare say that roots under the surface directly feed from other roots, and so on and so on. Digging up your past is not desirable, trust me. But at times it is these very buried feelings and events that take root in the soul of life and spring up in familiar weeds like bitterness, envy, pride, lust, and everything in between. Once we can allow God to lead us through these broken places through prayer and sometimes fasting, we can pull out the reactions of the flesh and fill it with God's love, forgiveness, and peace. So I encourage you to bypass the natural reaction of burying your hurt. Trust me, I am a total pro at this. But when we bury it and keep it from God, it allows this thing to produce every undesirable fruit in your life. Let God into the deepest cracks of your foundation. Pull out the hurt with Him and receive His healing. Let's commit to regularly put in the elbow grease and properly weed our garden and present a life full of God's blessing to everyone that stops to smell the roses. Until next time, I'm your partner in battle.